Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. If I'm audible enough, kindly text on the chat box so that I can know we're on the same page. We'll begin the webinar off in a minute. We're just waiting for the rest to join so that we can start as one team. So please, if I'm audible enough, let me know on the chat box. We can be doing short introductions on the chat box, or if you're in a position where you can unmute your mic, just unmute your mic, tell us your name, where you come from, and what you expect at the end of this webinar. We're starting off in a few. So please let your friends join the webinar so that we can start off. If you have someone who was supposed to join, we want to start off as one team. So please let them know that the webinar has begun. Then I'm going to present my team to you guys. Then we'll start off. Okay, I think we can start off. So I want to give this opportunity to my colleagues who are here to introduce themselves. And then I have a very special guest with us today who's going to give us a presentation on the German pathway. My name is Sharon Omboy. I'm the languages coordinator at Passport Global, and I'm glad that you've created time to join us this evening and learn more about the German pathway, how to go to Germany, if you're a nurse, if you want to go as a student. And we really want to thank you for creating time to join this webinar. I'm going to allow each and every one of you to talk, so you can't unmute from your end. So let me take this opportunity to welcome my colleagues to introduce themselves, and then I'll welcome Jonathan to give us a presentation. And then after he's done, I'm going to give an overview of the German pathway. So we can start off with Mary Sylvia, then Joy.
Good evening, team. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mary Sylvia Maremwa. I work at Passcode as Business Development Officer. And thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you'll have a great time and enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Sylvia. Joy?
Hi guys, my name is Joy. I am the front office person at Passcode. I'm also a student, a German student at Passcode. So I'm glad that you're giving it a go to join us for the German classes, and I hope that our webinar is going to give you the answers you're looking for. And if you get a question through the whole presentation, please just note it down. We're going to answer you all your questions. Karibuni sana.
Thank you, Joy. So as we continue with the presentation, please, you can be writing down your questions in the chat box so that we answer them as we continue. So I want to give this moment to a very special guest who's amongst us today, here Jonathan, who's going to give us a presentation about German pathway. He's in Germany, and I'm hoping that you guys will learn a lot and it will be a successful interaction. So welcome here, Jonathan.
Okay, good. Guten Abend. Or some people don't know the Guten Abend.
Guten Abend.
Guten Abend.
Sehr gut. My name is Herr Jonathan Onyango. I'm a Deutsch lehrer and also already in German. And with the passcode, I'm also a founder, German founder there. We've had students, and it's a very good pathway. In fact, coming to Germany. So Germany is now one of the countries with high labor demand, that when I look, they cannot satisfy them easily, even in the next 10 years. And when you also check, Germany doesn't have a colony that they colonized with their language. So there is no other country that speaks German. So they can't import labor from anywhere. So with German, the first thing in the German pathway is learning the language up to the highest level that you can. The highest level that you can, that is B2. B2 is B2. So you can learn the language up to B2. Then after that, there are various ways of getting to Germany, because there is Ausbildung, that is the vocational training. With this Ausbildung, the vocational training, you come with a student visa, which is very easy to get. And with this student visa, meaning that you will learn and you work at the same time. So when the school is closed, you are at work. When you are at school, no work, you are just learning. And the good thing is that during this period, you get some stipend, like you are given a little money so that you can budget with maybe your stay, your shopping, and something like that. So the Ausbildung is the first pathway and the most easiest, as it is considered now, because the Germans, they prefer.
Hello, you're breaking, Jonathan. We can't get you well.
I'm breaking. Let me connect my laptop to the direct internet so that it doesn't have a power break. Internet breakage. Just a minute. Okay, can you get me now? Is it okay? Sharon, is it okay on your side or it's still breaking?
It's okay on my side.
Okay, who else has still cannot get me well? Okay, so everyone can get me, yeah? So that I can just proceed. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So I was on the house building process. So with the house building, I say the vocational. And with house building, the easiest to get is the one for nursing training because in the field of nursing, there are very many opportunities. There are others like for hotel, those are also ones that you can get, but not easy as the one for nursing. So the one for nursing is the easiest amongst all. Then the one for hotel. But others, people will tell you, yeah, you can get house building like for IT and so on, but you will really struggle a little bit to get them because those ones are preferred for those who are already here in Germany. So the most easiest, like I've just told you, the most easiest is the one for nursing. That is the one that you can apply by yourself and you get a call up, you get interview, and you get your visa. You get your contract, which will give you the visa. So that is the easiest. The ones for hotels also you can get, but they don't pay good like the one for nursing. The nursing pays well, so it's the easiest. Then you will get some hospitals that can pay even your flight. What they don't pay is the embassy fee alone. So you'll find that majority of your expenses can be covered. And that one can be easier when you are moving so that you don't need much money also to spend. You will find the housing will be provided. So it is much easier with that one for nursing. Then another path is also for nurses, those who are here who are already nurses. As a nurse, you need a B1 first. A B1 can bring you to Germany, but you need a B2 now to recognize your nursing papers in Germany. So with a nurse, you can come with a B1, but with B2, then you are fully recognized as a nurse. You earn well as a nurse. But with B1, you're like a nursing assistant. You are just an assistant, but after getting B2, your papers get recognized, then you are just a nurse. So with B2, that is another opportunity with the nurses. There are also places, I've seen also, there are chances for kindergarten teachers, meaning that someone who has a degree or a diploma in teaching, also with a B1, B2 language, you can also get opportunities here in Germany. Mostly the kindergarten teachers, there are places for kindergarten teachers. So those are the three that I've mentioned, those are more marketable. But others like IT and so on, they are also there, but I cannot guarantee that because they are a little bit not that easy to get. But the ones for hotel, that is also not difficult to get. Someone who is a chef, you have the papers, not that you can just cook well, but you have the papers. Uko na makaratasi. You have learned that being a chef, and you've done hospitality. Let me say like that. You find the hospitality. That one also is marketable well, and you can get the places. So I've talked of house building, and I've said house building, nursing will be the easiest, will give you a smooth relocation as compared to the others. The others, they can take time. Remember also your certificate also, that time is going, and you need also that the certificate doesn't expire. So on the opportunities, those ones are the ones that I can speak about for now. I can't promise others that can give you a difficult time in relocation. Any question on the opportunities there, the house building? Yeah. Any question on the house building, relocation, those ones?
I think, Jonathan,
Mm-hmm.
you can just mention the qualifications, or rather the requirements of one to
Okay.
do upbuilding.
Okay, I forgot. If you want to do an house building, I just forgot on qualification. One, house building just requires your Form 4 certificate, but they recommend at least C minus, because when you come, maybe let's say with a D, and then later on they do the recognition of papers, they might find that your grade is not that good. So you'll find that maybe you just work like an assistant. But D plus, yeah, I think is cannot be bad, but C minus is best, is the least that is required. Another thing that you need is the language certificate. The language certificate, at least B1, for some people will consider B1, but if you have a B1 certificate, make sure that you speak very good Deutsch. But if you have B2, is hotcake. B2 is much preferred. So you can see, well, someone has B2 and someone with B1. When they do application at the same time, the B2 will be considered first. So B2 language certificate. Apart from that, you also need your Form 4 papers, your Form 4 certificate. There are some people who need you also to have the vaccinations of like the measles and hepatitis. Those vaccinations also, there are some people who will need that you have them. The vaccination of hepatitis A and B, the measles vaccination, and yeah, measles and hepatitis are the most important. Those two vaccinations, those ones also some people need. So those are the requirements, the main requirements on the house building. For the nurses, you need your nursing license. Only the nursing license, and yeah, maybe the B1 certificate, like I said, or B2 certificate if you have. And also your academic papers are also important as a nurse. So those are the requirements. Is there any other question?
Hi, Jonathan. I think there's someone who has asked, can high school teachers with degree in English teaching do house building? Can you relocate with your partner and the house building? I don't know if they're able to see.
Okay. Yeah, on the charts. Okay, let me check. but on the charts on my end, I'm not able to see. But I can just speak something. So first, as a teacher, you can do the Ausbildung because I've just said the requirement is the form for certificate. So you are already a qualified person because you have a degree, meaning that you have the form for certificate, which is above the C minus that I've just said. But on relocation with a partner, it's a little bit difficult because as Ausbildung, you will not meet the requirements of relocating with a partner. You will be earning a little bit less only if your partner also learns German. Then you look for Ausbildung together and come together to do the Ausbildung together now as partner. So you find one place where you do Ausbildung. That one can work, but now you are one person, you have the Ausbildung that you want to sponsor the other, it's difficult. That is it. Any other question? Just a moment.
Meanwhile, I think I can be adding something on that. So when we talk of B1, B2, there are different levels in German learning, and the beginner level is A1 level. So you start from A1, then you go to A2, then you go to B1. So for nurses, for instance, you just do up to B1. But for the rest, if you want to go to do Ausbildung, there are some institutions that require you to do B2 or B1. So when you talk of the levels, those are the different levels that are there. We have A1, we have A2, we have B1, and then we have B2. We also have C1 and C2. So those are the 6 different modules that are there in German language learning. But if you want to go to study in Germany, you will do up to B2 level for you to get to be at a better position. If you want to go there as a nurse, you will do up to B1 level. At the moment, Germany is the most pathway that, for example, healthcare professionals are using to immigrate. Reason being, it's the simplest, or rather the shortest pathway one can use to immigrate. Let me give you a breakdown of what I mean by that. If you are a nurse, you will do up to B1 level. At Passcode, we have the German language classes, which are not free. We charge 25,000 Kenyan shillings or to $50 for international clientele. The package is inclusive of 2 months of training. So for A1 is 2 months, A2 is 2 months, B1 is 3 months, and each module is 25,000. And for that 25,000 Kenyan shillings, we will give you a cut 1 after the first month of training, a cut 2 after the second month of training, 1 week of revision, and our exams. So there are 2 institutions that offer the exams. We have Goethe Institute and USD. Those are the only institutions that are allowed by the German embassy to offer the exams. So please do not be conned out here by anyone. Let no one tell you that they are going to give you the exams, because even if you get the exams from any other institution, the certificate is not recognized. So there are only 2 institutions. Please make sure you understand this. You can either use a certificate from GOTE or USD. So there are some people who prefer to do the GOTE exam. We are going to give you the GOTE standard exam, and there are other people who want to do the USD exam. So depending on the exam that you want to do, that is the exam that we give you. Okay, I hope I'm clear on that. Then all our classes are recorded. So we have an online learning portal where we upload each and every class that is uploaded. So once you make the payment, this is among the package that you get. You get the registration for the e-learning portal where you access each and every class. So if you're enrolling for A1, we enroll you in A1 e-learning portal. If you're enrolling for A2, the same B1, B2, and so on. So all our classes are recorded because once you miss a class, you can always go back to the recording and listen to the recording. So that is the package that comes with the payment that you make. So we give you a cut 1, a cut 2, and the end of module exam. We also ensure that you have unlimited access to the e-learning portal, so you can be accessing the recordings. So our module for class, our classes have, the tutors have PowerPoints presentations, so they're attached together. So when you're going through the recording, you can be able to go through the PowerPoint presentations as well. I have seen a question, when is our next intake? Our next intake will be on 12th of January. We do not have an intake for December due to the holiday seasons. So the next intake, the next German intake will be on 12th of January. If you want to reach out to us for to learn, or rather to know how you're supposed to register, this is our number. Reach out to us via 2547 68 184 141. 2547 68 184 141. For those in Kenya, you can reach out to us via 07 68 184 141. Reach out to us and we are going to guide you on how you're supposed to register. There are few slots remaining, and guys, German is a very it's not a hard language to learn, first of all, but it requires your commitment. At Passcode Global Consultants, we are going to hold your hand. We are going to guide you from learning the German language to relocation. So we are not just training you guys with the language and leave you hanging. We are going to guide you from learning the language to relocation if you're a nurse, or if you're going to do Ausbildung. For the other professions as well, we also help with the applications. So we will not leave you hanging. We will help you from when you're done with the language to now getting a job, getting a school, and so on. Yeah, so I can hand over to Jonathan to continue. I was just adding a few things.
Okay, so I think the question, I had answered the question on the location with the family.
There's another question.
Uh-huh. But on my end, I can't see them, so you will be reading
Okay,
so that I respond.
all right. What is the age bracket for one to do Ausbildung?
Okay, so for one
Then,
to do Ausbildung, let me answer one
okay,
as you read.
okay,
The age bracket for Ausbildung, the last age bracket is 42 years. But the best is up to 38. For people who are not in Germany, they consider up to 38 years old. But if you have B2, even at 40, you have the B2, then you can still be considered. So the age bracket is up to 42 maximum, but the best is 38. The next, you can read the next question.
Okay, the next one.
Mhm.
I would like to know, if I do a nursing Ausbildung, can I be able to relocate to another country after studying? Will I be qualified enough?
That is a very good question. So the Ausbildung that you do in Germany for nursing is recognized in the whole of Europe, meaning that after completing and you say, no, I want to go and work in Italy, you just relocate. You go with your certificate, it will be recognized in Italy. So the nursing that you will be doing, the Ausbildung that you will be doing is recognized the whole of Europe. That is the advantage. So anywhere in Europe, you will work with your certificate. That I think I've handled it. Another one.
Okay. Do you help nurses secure jobs through employer sponsorship, or we pay for ourselves? I think this one I can answer.
Yeah.
So when it comes to securing jobs, first of all, note that Passcode is a self-sponsored agency, so we do not pay anything for you. And we also don't have scholarships. But with Ausbildung, this is a fully sponsored education kind of setup. So you don't have to pay anything. With Ausbildung, you actually get paid to study. Then we help nurses secure jobs. We have employers. Actually, if you have a nurse who has a B1 certificate, please tell them to reach out to us. We have a lot of job opportunities in Germany and Austria as well. So please, if you know a nurse who has a B1 certificate, give them our number, either BSA nurse or a diploma nurse. Give them our number, let them reach out to us, and we are going to help you secure jobs. I hope I've answered your question, Mary. Any other question? All right. So for you, if you have German language, you don't have to work in Germany alone. You can work in any German-speaking country. There are several of them. We have Austria, we have German, we have Switzerland, we have Namibia. So you can work in any German-speaking country if you have German language. All right. Any other question? Jonathan, do you have something to add from your end?
I can just encourage those who want to learn language that Germany is a very good country, by the way. Abroad is good. And the system works well. And learning here is very simple. The house building is not difficult. It's very simple. You are not overloaded with much things. The only challenge that you can have is language. So that's why I can say language, do it in where you are very, very much comfortable to the highest level. Because when you come here in Germany, you have no time again to sit down that you want to learn language. Because first, it is expensive. Second thing, you won't have that time. So it's very good. And for Germany, grab the opportunity because you have now is early. When it will be full, they will behave like the US is now behaving because they are now full. But Germany now is not full because they need that labor. They have that shortage. So just grab the opportunity, learn the language. German language is very simple, but people will discourage you that German is difficult. That German language is difficult. People will discourage you. Those who have tried and have not made it through, they will discourage you, but don't be discouraged with someone who has not made it. But there are people who have learned. Yeah? There are people who have made it through. It doesn't matter with age. I've taught people who are up to even 40 years and they learn the language and they master it. It's only the dedication and the passion. Once you have the passion, you will learn the language very, very easily. Yeah, that's what I can just say.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome. Bitte schon.
And thank you for the insightful information that you've given us as well.
Yeah.
So it's high time for you to do German language if you've not started it, because German is a very German language is a very easy language, but it can also be hard depending on how much time or how much energy you allocate to the learning this new language. Remember, this is a new language, and you need to be able to give it a lot of your time, attend all the classes, make sure you learn a new word every day. And the next webinar, we will start off by teaching you guys a few German words. So we are going to start off by teaching you how to introduce yourself. In German, it's called sich vorstellen. So we are going to teach you that, how to ask for time, how to ask a question, how to construct a sentence. So you can type on the chat box the topics that you would like us to cover in the next webinar, which will be happening on 6th of December. So please let us know the topics that you'd like us to cover, what you like to know about Germany, about German language. And as Passcode Global, we are so much willing to answer all your questions, to do the topics that you guys suggest, because this is your thing. So please don't be left out. If you have a question, this is the time for question and answers. So feel free to ask any question. You can unmute yourself, ask a question if you're in a position to, or you can type them on the chat box and then we're going to answer. So you have actually you have 2 minutes remaining. So use this time for questions and we're going to answer them. Or if someone has something to say, this is your time. All right. I believe silence means you've all understood about what we've talked about today. So I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who've taken their time to be with us. And we're looking forward to have you in our next German class, which will be on 12th of January. Follow us on social media. Our social media pages are Passcode Global Consultants on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. And you're going to get a lot of information about this whole pathway. So we have a lot of information, and we want to dispense this information to you guys so that when you make a decision, you make the right decision. We don't want you to feel, we don't want to give you half the information, because this is a very important decision that you need to make. So follow us on our socials at Passcode Global Consultants on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Our number for those who have joined us late is 254 plus 254 7 68 184 141 0768 184 141. So thank you guys for joining us. This is the end of our webinar, and we're going to upload this webinar on our YouTube. So in case you missed something, you can listen to it on our YouTube page, which is Passcode Global Consultants. Thank you so much for your time. All right. Julius, the number is 2547. All right. Let me share it here on the chat box. 681844141. For those in Kenya, it will be 0768 184 141. For international clientele, it will be +2547 68 184 141. I hope that is clear. So thank you so much for joining us. And this is the end of our webinar. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to text or call the number that I've just shared. Right. So in German, we say choose, that is goodbye.
Tschüss.